Hey, this is Alex from Second Look at Cinema, just giving you a heads up. I threw Kyle into this video at the last second and did not give him a look at our top 10 list. We didn't agree on it. So, a good chunk of this video involves us arguing about the top 10 list and a bunch of other random stuff. So this is a very unfocused video, just be warned.
Hello, I'm Alex.
And I'm Kyle.
And this is Second Look at Cinema. So, happy Spooky Month!
Happy Spooky Month indeed.
And today we're going to count down our top 10 favorite, most Halloween-related Doctor Who episodes. So,
with some honorable mentions, of course.
So,
number 10. Yours failed.
the second. So, number 10, the Shakespeare Code.
Which, I'm not going to say it was a bad episode, but I'm not going to say it was a good episode. It was decent.
It was a weird episode.
It was weird. I mean,
like, witches meet William Shakespeare. I
didn't like it. It wasn't good.
Well, it has witches on here, so it gets an obligatory spot.
Well, I mean, the witches were... I can understand, like, the witches were basically the antagonists here. It was like, we're fighting the witches, but then Shakespeare, and then the witches, and then... I didn't like it.
Yeah, there's one part I really liked about it, since I kind of have a thing for, really weird, woo-based beliefs. Like, I kind of like studying what people used to think in the past, and at that time, their whole medicine system was based around balancing the four humors, blood, black bile, yellow bile, and pus. And when the witches killed the guy, the doctor announces to the crowd, "This man has deceased due to a sudden imbalance of humors." Yeah.
Be fun to
A very
watch.
humorous line.
Be fun to watch.
Yeah. So, it has witches, and the witches are very witchy, so...
They're witchy indeed.
Yeah.
Number 9.
We're doing this for all of them, aren't we?
Probably.
Knock Knock.
This was... Okay, yeah, Knock Knock.
Who's there?
That was a Capaldi episode, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the one where, all those termites are in the walls and they're meeting all of Bill's friends.
I didn't like that one. Like, honestly, I didn't like Bill as a character.
Homophobe!
I was expecting that either probably a homophobe or a racist. It's not because of either of those. It's because she's a basic 2017... Try not to say anything bad. But it's just like, one of the first episodes Bill was in...
She's a normie.
Yeah, she's a normie. One of the first episodes
and
Bill
I
was
just
in...
used that unironically. Kill me now.
One of the first episodes Bill was in was emoji robots.
Yeah, anyways,
I hated Bill because of that. It was like...
Back to the actual episode. It kind of tries to do the generic horror movie type thing.
Yeah.
And the guy just, like, uses a tuning fork to summon cockroaches to murder... Why did I say it like that?
Cockroaches.
Basically just summons cockroaches to kill our friends, and... It was just weird.
Yeah, it really was.
Okay. Number 8. The Angels Take Manhattan.
Honestly, that was a good one. The reason why I wanted it ranked so low is because it's the episode where they killed off one of my favorite companions.
Yeah. It was a really emotionally charged episode.
It was.
But it didn't really do that much on the spooky scale. I mean, the bit with the hotel and future selves thing was pretty neat.
Oh, it was pretty neat.
And I like the bit where Rory's trying to talk Amy into jumping off the roof, and he's like, "We die all the time. We're gonna come back from this."
Yeah.
I love when it gets so self-aware like that.
It's beautiful. But like, I just wanted it rated so low because
and one thing
killed off my favorite companion. Man.
That's not the reason I wanted it so low.
Yeah.
The reason I wanted it so low was because Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, that's your Statue of Liberty as an angel. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I mean, at first it was like, yo, a Statue of Liberty is an angel, but it's like, yo, Statue of Liberty is
If you just
an angel.
think about it for like half a second, it's like,
it goes from cool...
New York is the city that never sleeps. How the fuck did it get somewhere?
I know, it's like, it goes, like, the first time you see it, it's like, that's awesome, but then you get to thinking about it, it's like, how? How did no one notice this?
Hey, there's one thing that we need to think about when facing the angels. Don't think.
This is how no one noticed. Okay, I just came up with this is how no one noticed. So, Statue of Liberty, city never sleeps. There's always someone looking at it.
Hmm?
So how did it move in the first place?
Number 7. A mummy on the Orient Express.
Are you my mummy?
That's not till number 3.
I know. I thought I had to do that.
Yeah. So basically, there is a mummy on the Orient Express.
Didn't Capaldi in that episode even say, "Are you my mummy?"
Yes.
And it was beautiful. I was like, I loved it so much.
Yeah. It's basically there's a mummy on the Orient Express in space.
That's right. It was in space.
Yeah, and I love how when Peter Capaldi's talking to himself, he's doing an impression of Tom Baker for his other voice. He's like, "Now tell me, a mummy on the Orient Express." I don't think that was that good. I don't know.
No.
Anyways, so there's a mummy on the Orient Express, and basically, if you see it, you have 66 seconds to live. And the poem was like, "For those who bear the foretold stare have 66 seconds to live." And one thing I liked about this episode was, you know how in most movies and stuff, when there's a time limit, they just kind of like, time is kind of, it's wibbly, it's wobbly, it's malleable. That's how most things treat time limits. No, the show that's known for breaking time so much stayed consistent with the 66 seconds, so much to the point they put a timer in the corner just to say, "We're doing this with 66 seconds. We are not messing around on this one."
Was that a Moffat episode?
He was showrunner at the time. I'm not sure if he actually wrote the episode. Number 6. Night Terrors. So basically, there's this kid who is pantophobic. Not a fear of pants, just a fear of everything. Which I guess would include pants.
It would indeed.
So, it does a good episode of capturing, like, when you're a kid, like, everything in your room is creepy when it's dark. It really does a good job with lighting and shadows and stuff like this.
Yeah, brilliant job with the lighting.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a Moffat episode.
Yeah, it probably was. So I'm gonna have to go back and look that up.
Yeah. I almost forgot about it, though. It's really forgettable, so that's why it's so low. Yeah. But the whole time,
I mean, I didn't even remember it when you said it. I had to think about it for a second.
Yeah. Basically, and the kid's like some alien thing, so he's shrinking things down that he's scared of and putting them in this dollhouse in his closet. And the dolls in there are turning the people he puts in into dolls. And Amy and Rory end up in there.
Of course they do.
And I love, Rory is just hilarious in this episode. When they're searching for the kid who's like, "Please save me from the monsters," Rory's like, "Maybe we should let the monsters get him."
Yeah.
And when monsters, please save me from the monsters. That was almost perfect. And when they just ended up getting shrunk to the dollhouse, Rory's like, "Oh, we're dead again. The lift broke, and now we're dead." I love how he acknowledges how often they die.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a really good episode, really creepy, and really, it's spooky. The spooks. So yeah, watch that on Halloween. It's really a good spookiness episode.
I wouldn't recommend that one for a Halloween episode. I have a future Halloween episode recommendation, but I'll get to that in number 3.
We're really hyping that up, aren't we?
We kind of are. I'm excited for that one. It was one of my favorites.
Number 5. Silence in the Library and the Forest of the Dead. So, basically, as you all know, this is the first episode with River in it, which you could infer by our bickering just now. And so basically, the Doctor takes Donna to a future library. So, basically, yeah, there's a little voice message thingy, and it's like, count the shadows. And basically, there are these things called the Vastarada, and if you have more than one shadow, they're going to eat you, and you're going to turn into a skeleton. And I am really...
You don't turn into a skeleton, you just lose all your fleshiness.
You know what I mean.
They eat all your fleshiness till you're nothing but a skeleton.
A spooky, scary skeleton.
And then you're just sitting there, dead in the suit, and then your last words playing on repeat.
Yeah, we are really not doing this episode justice.
No, we're really not.
Yeah, it is a very creepy episode.
Hey, who turned out the lights? 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 You can edit that to make it work. I had to do that.
Yeah. Anyways, Silence in the Library, Forest of the Dead. It's a really good episode. You've got the emotional bits with River and Ten, where the Doctor's like, "Who are you?" I don't. And River's like, "Please tell me you remember who I am."
Yeah.
And
It wasn't that emotional.
yeah,
It's emotional if you know who River is. If you go back and rewatch
it's emotional if you know who River is. It's mysterious if you don't know.
No.
And basically, there are these suits with skeletons in them, and they.
It's basically a spacesuit, and then this astronaut underneath.
Archaeologist.
I'm trying.
I
I
know.
know they're archaeologists. I'm trying to prove a point here.
Yeah, I know.
I'm using this to prove a point. And the astronaut or archaeologist underneath is all flesh gone and skeleton.
And their last thoughts are playing on repeat.
Yeah.
And it is just really creepy to see those things shuffle around and chase them down. It is really a good episode. Number 4.
I don't remember what number 4 was. I lost track.
Listen.
That's sort of what I'm doing.
That's the name of the episode.
Oh, I was gonna say that's sort of what I'm doing. You know, I imagine at this point you're gonna edit out all my speaking parts because you get pissed off with every little thing I say.
Anyways, Listen was the episode where basically the spirituality episode where basically either he discovers a new species that has been hiding under children's beds, or he gets bored and invents a monster to be afraid of.
You said that was number 4, right?
Yeah.
What was number 8?
Let me check. Number 8 was Angels Take Manhattan.
I want to switch 4 and 8. 4 wasn't a very memorable one. I didn't like 4. I barely remember 4. 8 wasn't. Yeah, I want to switch those two.
Basically, in this episode, the doctor basically starts getting afraid of that dream you have where something reaches out from under your bed when you get up at night and grabs your leg. And basically, he starts going through Clara's memories and stuff like that to see if she's ever had that dream, but it gets a little off course and they get sent into other people's pasts and into the future. So, yeah.
So every episode of Doctor Who ever, they get sent into the past and the future? Like I said, I don't
They don't get sent into the past and into the future in every episode. It's usually one or the other. Some of them take place in present day.
Like I said, I don't remember most of this episode. It wasn't a very memorable episode for me. He put together the list. I'm just here for emotional support.
Yeah, there were some actually pretty creepy scenes in this. So, yeah. And I love how it keeps it ambiguous about whether or not it's actually a monster or the Doctor is just scared of thin air.
At this point, why not both? Well, he's probably scared of both at this point, to be honest. I mean...
So, hopefully we can agree on this one.
Number 3!
The Empty Child / The Doctor Dances.
2 of my favorite episodes.
This was one of my favorite episodes. I count two-parters as one episode.
You know what I mean. One of my favorites in a large group of favorites.
Yeah.
One of the ones that I love the most.
Yeah.
Which is my all-time favorite Eccleston episode.
There were only 10 of them.
Exactly.
If you do two-parters down to one thing, it's only 10 stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, basically, the Doctor and Rose end up in London during the London Blitz. And I like the bit where the Doctor's trying to find the thing they were chasing. He's like, has anything fallen from the sky recently? Would have landed quite near here. It's a very loud bang. And he just realizes, oh, it's the Blitz. I'm an idiot. Yeah.
That was beautiful. That was not only the episode with one of my favorite.
I also like the bit where after Rose wanders off, he's talking to Ken. It's like, one day I'll learn to find someone who won't wander off.
Yeah.
Yeah, like every episode, like every regeneration, at least in New Who, is like, don't wander off. And Pure College is like, don't be lasagna.
Yeah. Don't wander off. Don't wander off. Stay safe. Don't wander off. Don't be lasagna. But I absolutely love the Empty Children going. The Empty Children, yeah.
Yeah.
Children, plural of child. I know.
Yeah.
Empty children going around with the scars on their hands, the
Yeah.
gas mask in the attached to their face.
I liked how in the first part it kept it relatively just the one empty child for a good chunk of the episode.
I like the fact that there were multiple. Like,
Yeah.
there was like more than one. It spread, like a disease, like it was supposed to.
The whole point of it was physical injuries as plague. Basically, things that are designed to fix up humans not fix up humans, just fix things up. They don't know what humans are supposed to be, so they find a kid who is all messed up wearing a gas mask, and they basically think, oh, that's what people are supposed to look like. Poof!
And now everyone has a gas mask for a face.
Basically, well, one thing, this episode introduced one of my favorite characters, Captain Jack Harkness.
Oh, I was gonna mention, yes, Captain Jack Harkness, one of my favorite characters was introduced in this video. I love the butt gun.
Yeah. And when the Doctor, Rose, and Jack meet up at the hospital when they're being chased down, I like the bit where where Jack's like, this can function as a sonic disruptor, a sonic blaster, and he's like, Doc, what have you got? He's like, well, it's Sonic. He's like, a sonic what? Disruptor?
No. Screwdriver.
Why would I just love that bit. Like, well, who says screwdriver thinks, oh, this could be a little more Sonic? I love that line.
I know.
I love that.
Jack Harkness had some of the best lines.
And I love
how...
Yeah, and I love how he just replaces, how the Doctor just replaces Jack's gun with a banana. Oh. Which is ironic, since it's a banana from where the factory that made Jack's gun used to be, so... And that's only the first episode! So yeah. It's a really entertaining episode, really creepy kid, and... yeah, it is just really good.
Number 2.
Number 2 is Blink.
Blink. Now, this was a good episode, and they did it really well without having the Doctor fully in the episode.
Yeah.
Like it was a background character episode, and they did it really well for a background character episode.
Yeah.
However, there were a couple things that episode that I didn't like.
I really liked this episode. The Weeping Angels. This was like the episode where the Weeping Angels were at their best.
Oh yeah.
They were really creepy. It did the whole like they don't move when you're looking thing really well.
Oh yeah.
And I liked how they made it so they didn't move when you could see them, so it was kind of a little meta thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, basically the Weeping Angels zapped the Doctor and Martha back in time, and the Doctor is putting himself on DVDs in order to try and help people get him his TARDIS back. Yeah.
Wasn't there one line like you've watched like 48 years of movies or something like that in 5 days? Or
no.
48 hours of movies, 5 days? I don't remember what it was.
No, it was the person was looking at the list of DVDs that the Doctor was on, and she's like, the 7 DVDs they're on. They're the DVDs I own. And they're like, you only have 7 DVDs?
No, but there was one where it's like, you're gonna watch like this amount of movies? I thought that...
I don't remember. So yeah, basically, and I really liked how at the end they tricked the angels into looking at each other so that they don't move again.
You know how many times they've done that though? Where it's like, oh...
Twice. Actually, only once in the TV show and like maybe one time in one of the audio stories I've listened to.
No, but it's like stuff where it's like tricking angels and either looking at themselves, looking at each other, like you get angels surrounding the TARDIS. To me, that's completely cliched. I expected that to happen when I was watching that.
Because the only other time the Weeping Angels were in a main role, they got sucked into the crack in time.
I'm just saying, when I first watched Blink,
I
was expecting that to happen.
Oh, yeah. It's...
I was like sitting there, yeah, they're gonna... TARDIS is gonna dematerialize and all the angels are gonna look at each other and they're gonna freeze stuck there forever. Whoop-de-doo.
So, pretty simple idea that worked, so...
It was simple, it worked, but they could have made it more complicated. It was too simple, is what I'm trying to say. They could have ended it better.
Maybe. Still, overall, a really good, really creepy episode to watch around the Halloween spooky times.
Yeah.
So first off, we've got, before number 1, we've got some honorable mentions. The Unquiet Dead.
I don't remember that episode either.
Eccleston and Rose and Ghosts.
Eccleston, Rose, and Ghosts.
The Gal.
Gal?
It was like the 3rd episode of Eccleston's era.
Eccleston was only in like 10 episodes?
Yeah.
I did. Well, I watched Eccleston like once or twice. I never really went back to those, like the third episode, the early episodes.
But yeah, there's no real reason to be on for it to be on here other than it has ghosts.
I'm gonna rewatch that.
Another honorable mention is Vampires in Venice. The reason it's on here,
Vampires in Venice. Venice is a creepy place.
it's on here because it has vampires.
No, it's on here because it's in Venice.
I think you're just trying to start arguments at this point.
No, but Vampires in Venice. It was a creepy-ish episode, and it was good for Halloween time.
Yeah, just not good enough to be on this list.
Yeah.
Another honorable mention, Tooth and Claw.
That was a good one. This is a really good Halloween episode. I would put it on the list if I was in charge of the list. He put together the list.
Yeah, I just put him in this video at the last possible second.
Yeah, I was putting this video last second. He put together the list. If it was up to me, Tooth and Claw would be number 6.
Yeah, but had a werewolf. And for our last honorable mention, we are putting Time of Angels / Flesh and Stone. Another Weeping Angels episode. Pretty good. Wasn't as good as Blink or...
I liked it better than Blink.
Or, what was the other one? Angels Take Manhattan. But I didn't want to have two Angels episodes on the main list, so...
You had 3. You
3.
already did
I meant have 3, sorry.
Honestly, I liked Flesh and Stone, those part 1, part 2, more than both Blink and the Flesh and
It was a good river episode.
Angels Take Manhattan.
One thing I didn't like about it was how you could see the angels move, even though all the characters on screen had their eyes closed. When they had characters on the screen had their eyes closed.
Yeah, still though, I thought it was cool that you could see. I liked the fact that you could see them move.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I did. That's one of the things I loved about it. Like, their eyes are closed, can't see them. You get to see angels move. It was really cool. I liked it. I would put it on the list, and I would take out Blink. I'd replace it with Blink if it was up to me.
So, number 1, Midnight.
That was a good episode.
It was creepy.
It was creepy the first couple times you watch it. I've seen it so many times.
Oh yeah.
But
exposure therapy or whatever. Basically, the doctor is alone on this one, and, well, Donna's just kind of, no, I'm not going with you, I'm staying here.
Donna decided to go to the spa instead of go with the doctor. One of the reasons I hate Donna. It's one of the smaller reasons, but it's still a reason.
Yeah. So, and basically the doctor is on a tram thing to go visit basically it's a plant that can't have life on it, and something starts knocking on the outside of the bus. Any life out there would instantly die. So everyone's arguing like, oh, what is it? There can be nothing on the surface of midnight. There's something out there. There's something out there.
Yeah,
and
why I do have like the fact that they kept arguing like that. Like they were all complete idiots. When it's like, obviously there's something out there, so stop denying that it's there.
Yeah.
Like the majority of the episode is people denying, oh, there's nothing out there. Bang, bang, bang. There's nothing out there.
Well, the rest of it was kind of arguing about what it was. So.
Yeah, but still, they kept denying there was something out there, even though there obviously was.
Well, people go into denial when they're really scared. So.
Stupid. Another thing I didn't like about it was near the beginning of the episode when they first see the thing moving, they're closing the hatch, and the one guy's like, "Oh, I see something moving out there." If you look, there's nothing moved. I would have liked it better if they actually showed even a slight shift. So you actually saw something move. They didn't show.
We need to go through that frame by frame.
I did go through that frame.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I believe I did, and unless I missed something when I did, I went through that frame by frame and nothing moved.
Yeah, but basically this woman just kind of gets possessed by the midnight entity and starts repeating what everyone's saying. Then she starts talking with them in unison. Then she just starts talking in unison with the doctor. And then
before she starts talking in unison with the doctor, or after she starts talking ahead of him.
Yeah, and they think that it's passed into the doctor, and he's the one doing the repeating, but she's really controlling him.
Yeah.
And I love how the classic Doctor Who tropes of the doctor's in a confined space with a bunch of idiots, takes charge, solves the situation, are just flipped on his head, where everyone refuses to listen to the doctor in this episode. It is pretty good.
He should have pulled the whole I'm the Doctor. I'm from the planet Gallifrey.
Well, to be fair, these people would be like, so what? I don't care who you are.
Yeah, it's true. They straight up, what makes you better than us? Because I'm clever. And we're not. Normally the whole, because I'm clever works.
Well, to be fair, that does sound a bit condescending.
Because I'm clever. Then what am I?
Yeah. So yeah, those are the top 10 episodes of Doctor Who to watch around Halloween. So, if you actually see this video, no one will, leave what you would put for your top 10 in the comment section down below.
And in case you forgot, we'll put our list in the description.
No, just type it out.
You're welcome.
So yeah, until next time, don't be lasagna.
Don't be lasagna.